This may sound strange, but one of the most powerful tools for maintaining a steady hand and a strong grip as you age isn't a vitamin, a fancy piece of gym equipment, or even a prescription. It's something you already own, something you probably look at dozens of times a day, your other hand. Think for a moment about the little things we often take for granted. The satisfying click of turning a key in a lock, the simple joy of pouring a steaming cup of tea right to the brim without a tremor, or the quiet dignity of signing your own name on a document. For many, as the decades pass, that effortless control can begin to slip away. It's not just a physical nuisance, it's an erosion of self-reliance, a tiny daily reminder that independence is becoming fragile. Perhaps you felt that moment of frustration when you fumble with a pill bottle, or that small pang of embarrassment when a fork clatters against a plate in a quiet restaurant. These moments, small as they are, chip away at our confidence. They make us feel less. Yet, Japan's oldest and wisest practicing physician, the late Dr. Shaky Hinohara, who worked tirelessly until his passing at age 105, knew that the path to a vibrant old age wasn't about fighting the effects of aging with complicated, aggressive measures. His philosophy was a gentle, beautiful resistance, rooted in simplicity and practical wisdom. He understood that aging doesn't just steal strength. It steals the neural connection that commands that strength. The issue isn't always the muscle. It's the message. His simple solution, the hand trick that stabilized thousands of hands, addresses this fundamental communication gap directly, and it's something you can do right now, without leaving your chair, to not only quiet those frustrating tremors, but to actively boost your grip strength and fine motor control. It is a profound truth that sometimes the answer to our biggest health anxieties is hidden in the most humble, overlooked actions we perform every day. This simple 2-second movement is a subtle retraining of the brain and the nervous system, a quiet conversation between mind and muscle that reminds your body, you are still in control. The feeling you get after doing this isn't just physical. It's a calm, rooted sense of capability returning. It's the difference between feeling your hands are working for you and feeling they are merely surviving alongside you. Why does this deceptively simple technique, this almost counterintuitive reliance on the other hand, matter so much? Because what's truly at stake here is not just the ability to hold a glass, it's your autonomy. A strong, steady grip is a primary gateway to continued independence. Declining grip strength is, in fact, one of the most potent biomarkers of overall frailty and even a predictor of longer-term health outcomes. When you lose the ability to grasp and manipulate objects with confidence, you start to withdraw, your world shrinks, and the vital physical and social activity that keeps the brain sharp and the body resilient begins to fade. Dr. Hinohara's approach taps into the principle of proprioception, or the body's subtle sense of its own position, movement, and action, and the powerful principle of bilateral integration, where engaging both hands in a specific, mindful way strengthens the coordination between the brain's hemispheres. The core of his trick is using one hand to guide and resist the movement of the other, an act that forces the nervous system to be hyper-aware, instantly calming the chaotic signals that cause tremors and rebuilding the crucial motor pathways that define a powerful grip. This focused engagement is what elevates simple movement into a therapeutic exercise. The key is in the deliberate, gentle resistance it creates, a principle that can be extended to all aspects of aging, suggesting that to maintain vitality, we must consistently challenge the body in small, safe and integrated ways, rather than letting it rest into decline. And when we finally understand how the body responds to these small changes, everything about health begins to make sense. The core of the principle of bilateral integration lies in a profound yet simple biological mechanism: interhemispheric communication. Imagine your brain is like an orchestra with two sections, the left and right hemispheres. For a steady, graceful movement, like bringing a spoonful of soup to your mouth without spilling, these two sections must play in perfect, synchronized harmony. Shaky hands often result when the communication between the hemispheres becomes less efficient, sending chaotic or uncoordinated signals to the hand muscles. When you consciously use your stable, non-dominant hand to gently guide or resist the movement of your shaky hand, you are essentially forcing the two halves of the brain to work together in a focused, corrective way. This act of gentle, deliberate guidance and stabilization creates a strong neural feedback loop. It's like having a conductor step in to restore order. The stable hemisphere provides a constant, rhythmic signal that helps quiet the uncoordinated firing of the other. For example, think about trying to thread a needle. If you stabilize the needle with one hand while guiding the thread with the other, the task becomes possible. The stabilizing hand isn't just holding still. It's providing a fixed reference point, a solid foundation against which the nervous system can accurately calibrate the small, necessary movements. This simple daily practice retrains the motor cortex, reinforcing the pathways for fine motor control and leading to smoother, more controlled movements, which translates directly into the ability to sign your name confidently or pour that cup of tea without fear of spilling. The power behind the proprioceptive awareness training principle comes from its focus on enhancing the somatosensory system, which is the body's internal GPS. Proprioception is the unconscious sense that tells you exactly where your hand is, how it's moving and what it's doing, even if your eyes are closed. Biologically, this feedback relies on tiny specialized sensory receptors called mechanoreceptors located in your muscles, tendons, and joints. As we age, the sensitivity and speed of these receptors can decline, leading to a breakdown in the crucial communication loop between the hand and the brain. This results in the missteps and fumbles, the feeling that your hands aren't quite listening. By intentionally performing the hand trick with focused attention, feeling the pressure, the slight resistance, and the exact spatial position, you're sending a clear, high-priority signal that sharpens these receptors. This enhanced input contributes to neural balance in the motor cortex, improving the precision of the output signals. Consider the simple yet profound task of retrieving a key from your pocket without looking. A young person does this effortlessly, their hand knowing exactly where the key is. A person experiencing age-related proprioceptive decline might have to fish around repeatedly or even look. The hand trick acts as a daily calibration exercise for that internal GPS, teaching the hand to trust its senses again. This resensitization restores the seamless feel of control, making everyday tasks, from buttoning a shirt to confidently handling a delicate object, feel effortless and intuitive once more. The third crucial principle highlights grip strength as a frailty biomarker, which touches upon a deep biological truth. The hands are a highly accessible, external measure of your internal muscular and systemic health. The scientific mechanism at play here is directly related to sarcopenia, the progressive age-related loss of skeletal muscle mass and strength, and its impact on metabolic health. Grip strength doesn't just measure the power in your hands, it acts as a remarkably accurate proxy for the strength of other major muscle groups, which are often difficult to measure easily. Strong muscles, whether in your legs or your hands, are essential for regulating blood sugar, maintaining a healthy metabolism, and producing crucial hormones that fight inflammation. When grip strength begins to decline significantly, it signals that the body's overall muscle protein synthesis is slowing, and the reserve capacity to fight illness or recover from injury is diminishing. Think of your grip strength as the gas gauge on your body's energy and recovery tank. Just as a dwindling fuel gauge alerts you to a problem long before the car stops, a weakening grip is a preemptive signal of coming frailty, signaling potential vulnerability to falls, slower healing, and a decline in cardiovascular function. This is why a simple handshake can be so informative. A firm grip suggests a robust physiological system, whereas a weak one often correlates with systemic issues. By actively working to maintain or improve this specific strength, you are not just strengthening your hands, you are sending a powerful signal to your entire body to prioritize muscle maintenance and vitality, effectively bolstering your defense against age-related decline and promoting a longer, more independent life. The therapeutic gentle resistance principle is deeply rooted in the concept of neuromuscular activation and motor unit recruitment. When muscles are consistently underutilized, the brain begins to forget how to efficiently signal and activate all the muscle fibers, particularly the fast twitch fibers necessary for quick, strong actions. The gentle resistance technique, such as lightly squeezing a softball or using the non-shaky hand to offer slight counterpressure, works by overcoming the inertia of inactivity. Biologically, this small controlled effort forces the motor neurons, the communication lines from the brain to the muscle, to fire with greater intensity and synchronization. This increased demand leads to enhanced motor unit recruitment, meaning the brain calls upon a greater number of muscle fibers to complete the action. This is crucial because it helps to maintain or even improve the quality of the signal, ensuring that when you need to grip something, the command is unified and steady, not fragmented and shaky. Think of it like tuning a musical instrument that's gone slightly flat. The gentle resistance provides the exact tension needed to bring the system back into precise alignment. Imagine trying to open a jar. If your grip is too weak, your hand jitters and fails. But by introducing a small, safe resistance exercise daily, you are practicing the feeling of a solid, controlled contraction. This constant, gentle challenge is what keeps the neural circuits sharp and responsive, proving that you don't need exhausting, heavy lifting to preserve your strength. You just need focused, intentional work that reminds your muscles how to listen to the brain's commands. The fifth principle, the philosophy of gentle, consistent engagement championed by Dr. Hinohara, encapsulates the profound biological concept of homeostasis and the body's need for positive, cumulative stress to thrive. When we talk about consistent engagement, we are referring to the underlying mechanism of cellular repair and maintenance, particularly the steady turnover of mitochondria, the powerhouses within our cells. Scientific research shows that tiny, non-damaging physical challenges, like performing the simple hand trick daily, stimulate a process called mitochondrial biogenesis, which is the creation of new, more efficient mitochondria. This is the opposite of the cellular decay that occurs when the body rests into decline. The consistency of the action signals to the body's internal systems, including the nervous and endocrine systems, that resources must continue to be allocated to repair and strength. Think of it like maintaining an old stone wall. You don't need a bulldozer to fix it. You just need to regularly inspect the mortar and replace 1 or 2 stones before the whole thing collapses. If you wait until the wall is completely broken, severe frailty, the repair job becomes massive and often impossible. But by engaging gently and consistently, you provide the continuous stimulus that keeps the cellular repair machinery running smoothly. This philosophy extends beyond the physical. It reinforces a sense of agency and purpose, which are powerful drivers of overall well-being and health longevity, proving that the cumulative effect of small, sustained efforts is far more powerful than sporadic, intense bursts of effort. And that brings us back to the gentle, profound wisdom of Dr. Hinohara. Remember, maintaining strength and a steady hand as you age isn't about finding a complex, expensive secret. It's about honoring these few targeted, simple actions that speak directly to your body's design. The bilateral integration and the therapeutic gentle resistance are not just exercises. They are profound neurological conversations that remind your brain and your hands how to work together. Don't aim for perfection today. Aim for progress. One steady cup of tea, one confidently signed form, one tremor-free moment at a time. Your body is an incredible machine designed for repair, designed to restore balance when given consistent, natural support. The simple truth is, you have the power to influence your vitality right in the palm of your hand. So why not try that simple hand trick just once today? Begin right now with that calm assurance that every small step forward matters immensely. And if you'd like to stay inspired by future stories like this, feel free to subscribe, quietly, without rush, so you can join us again when the next chapter unfolds.